Hello. What I'm going to do now is, for the first time I think, a comparison between the three eras of Gordon Smith guitars. These are the original era where John Smith and Gordon Witham were in partnership making the guitars. That's where the name Gordon Smith came from, Gordon Witham and John Smith. They made some absolutely fantastic guitars, very high end, and they were clearly competing with Gibson. This is one of them. It is a Gordon Smith Gemini, and it's got a trem, double humbucker, fully bound, full block inlays, double bound even, beautiful back, beautiful tobacco burst, and this kind of odd trem which was handmade, and it's got handmade pickups as well, which I don't know if you can see them, but they are set in resin. Now absolutely, this is in fantastic condition, almost no dings on it. I was very lucky to get it. They come up only very rarely. I traded it for another older Gordon Smith, a GS90 and a Fender Strat Deluxe. Yeah, I think I got the best end of the bargain still though. To look at it, you can see, look at that detailing, and you can see it's coil tapped as well, and also on the tone pots there's a no load tone at the end. There's also a little switch here which is a boost circuit. I think it's a passive boost circuit. Doesn't seem to do an awful lot. Anyway, let's see how it sounds. What I've got is a Black Star HT60 2x12 amp. I've got all the dials set on 12 o'clock, so I'm going to be trying all these guitars out just to make sure they're all the same. And down on the floor I've got a Electro Harmonix Green East River Drive, which is a Tube Screamer clone, and that's on just to give it a little bit of equal comparison. The way I play is I usually have the bridge pickup with the full tone at 10 o'clock, so that's tone bypassed, and the neck pickup all the way back for that kind of woman tone thing. I'll play it in the middle just to give you a little, excuse my playing, I'm not the best, but I'm also kind of perched here on a chair so I can film, you can see. Yeah, just film this on an iPhone, nothing fancy. I haven't even got a tripod, but just give it a go. Excuse my playing there, it's really not very good. I'm a bit, just because I'm a bit perched, I'll try down here. Let's try. let's have a clean tone. So excuse my playing, I'm kind of awkwardly sat, and yeah, this is absolutely beautiful, deep, full tone. You can really feel the wood, the density of the wood in the tone there. Absolutely beautiful guitar. I would put this up against any Gibson ever made, any boutique guitar. It's amazing quality, and it's really up there. And look how beautiful that is. Look how the shine and the gloss on that tobacco burst is. Okay, now I'm going to move up a little bit.
I didn't catch that.
Oh, shut up!
Play the song I'm
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! That's my Alexa chipping in. Sorry about that. I'm not going to do another take because I've got this far. Okay, let's try unplug, put this one back on the wall, and let's get another one out. Okay, this is a Graduate. It's very purple, and there you go. It's a bit dusty. Just Graduate, dot inlays. Custom bridge again, same kind of single cut, dual humbucker, 4 controls. I do the same thing with this again. I always have volume on full, tone bypass on that one, and roll all the way back on that one. This guitar I can usually just, I've had this for a long time, I can usually just pick it up and it's in tune. I barely have to tune it, ever. Well, you might say that's more to do with my playing, but yeah, it's a little bit more battered. Can't quite see the scratches there. Now the finish in there, you can see, is kind of coming apart a little bit. It's not bound, it's kind of scraped back, from the paint scraped back from the edge. I think it's actually what it's had is, it's got a cap, it's got a solid body, one piece body, and then it's got a cap, and then it's got a veneer, and it's a beautiful purple flame, one piece veneer even. This guitar's got a little bit of interesting history. It was made for, I'm just going to plug it in, close up. It was made for a guy called Chris Joe Beard of a band called The Purple Gang, which were contemporary Pink Floyd, and I understand they were banned by the BBC for a song called Granny Takes a Trip, which they insist is nothing about drugs at all. I think this was made much later than that, obviously. This was made by John Smith and Chris Smith, and pickups by Linda Smith, Gordon Smith. The serial number is 09857, which means it was probably made in the late 80s or 90s, probably the 90s. I don't know, I can't remember, someone will figure that one out from the serial numbers. But yeah, it's much more workmanlike guitar compared to that Gemini. That Gemini was absolutely top end. This is, as I said, the finish is a bit thinner and it's wearing through. It's had its dents and things. It's a real working tool, but the purple finish, and you can see that the flame there's lots of reflections going on, so you can't really see the flame. Try and get it. Is lovely. It actually glows an ultraviolet light, which is a brilliant effect. So I don't think it was intentional, but it's great. It's got fairly ordinary tuners on it, but it's just made so nicely that everything, all the measurements were done, I think, by hand or eye, and that just means it just stays in tune. Which I'll probably prove wrong now by playing out of tune. Let's try that Cult one again, just to see. Put it in middle pickup setting, see how we go. Bit fatter, bit bitier, very bitey bridge pickup. Gonna put the tube screamer on and give it some. Very bright on the bridge pickup with the tone by box. Very meaty. Sustain. Listen to that sustain, as Nigel Duffner would say. Oh, Jack was a little bit dodgy there. Still sustaining. You could do the Parisian walkways thing on this. I'm not going to because I don't know it very well, but it's great. Fantastic. I can get any sound I need out of this guitar. I said it stays in tune forever. It's getting a bit battered. John Smith just made wonderful guitars, workman-like guitars. You turn up at a gig with one of these guitars anywhere in the world, any stage, and you know someone who knows the guitars will just nod, go, "Yeah, Gordon Smith, yeah, sound." It works. It's fantastic. Feedback on it actually is a little less than on that Gemini. The Gemini, I think, a little bit more alive, which is. But I think I'm very used to this. I've gigged this a lot, so I know where its limits are. I know when you can push it into feedback, when to back off. I love this guitar, and yeah, it's a great tool. The John Smith era, you can still get something like this. If you're lucky, you'll get one for 400 quid. A good one, a really good one, even 650 quid, and that is better than any Les Paul. Again, it's you choose one of these or a Les Paul Studio. Go for one of these every time. You can tweak it to make it your own, but you won't really need it. I mean, the bridge is a little bit weird, but it's heavy, so it sustains and it intonates. You can palm mute with it. But yeah, it's like I said, the finish, and is not something that someone who's fussy about their guitars will probably be happy with. And the quality, it depends whether he's had his cup of tea that day when John was making them, I think. How many cups of tea he'd had. Sometimes he was just happy with them to get out the door. So he just wanted to put an instrument in somebody's hands. He wasn't precious about it like they were, I think, in the era when Gordon Witham was there as well. I think they were perfectionists in that time. This is not made by a perfectionist, even though it's lovely, and purple guitar is very cool. But it's such a good tool. The carve on it is really nice, and I will gig this forever, I think. I don't think I'll sell this one because it's so nice. Okay, right, let's go to one of the Auden-era, the brand new era ones, which I bought pretty much just because I wanted to try it. A good deal came up. Anyway, here we go, unplugging that. Okay, this one is another Graduate, fairly, let's just turn the volume down, fairly similar. Again, you can see fully bound, actual binding this time, it's satin white, same kind of thing, different headstock, curlier headstock. It's got, that's it. It's got locking tuners, bit of a fatter neck on it, gold hardware, and I don't think these are original Gordon Smith pickups. I think they are iron gears or bare knuckles. Now this guitar again also got a little bit of history. I quite like them with history. It was an endorsee's guitar for the guitarist Jamie Peters in the band Stormbringer, metal band. They played at Bloodstock, and yeah, they're pretty good. And Gordon Smith made this for him when he was an endorsee. When I think he's left Stormbringer. Just take my watch off. It's a little bit awkward here. I think he left Stormbringer and had an endorsement deal with Gibson, so wasn't allowed to play Gordon Smith anymore. So luckily, I got it off him. He said that he wanted it to. He's a big fan of Randy Rhoads, and Randy Rhoads played some Jackson V's and things. Looked like Concords, but he also earlier on when he was with Ozzy played a white Les Paul like this. I quite liked it because I like Steve Jones, and I might take the pickguard off and put some Naughty Ladies on there. But we'll see. I'll see how I bond with it. I haven't quite bonded with it, but what I'll say about this compared to the John Smith's one is you've got things like you've got details on it, like it's the heel there is shaped. You've got the binding everywhere. You can kind of see its actual binding. Even the fingerboard is ebony, but there is actually binding goes up the neck. The frets are rolled over, finished much more nicely even than the other one. Even though I love the purple one, I've got to say that the fretwork is better. I don't know if that's just because it's an endorsee's guitar or not. You'd like to think not. It's all you've got. I think that's probably what he's done. He's wrapped the. It's got the tunematic bridge with the wrap over there. The action on this is really. It's got a slightly fatter neck than the other one. The action is really low. It's got the same brass nut, so it's got all of the Gordon Smith essentials. But yeah, it's the kind of Randy Rhoads guitar, white satin. It's not gloss. It's a satiny finish. I think I actually heard him say on a video where he was talking about it. He did do a gear rundown where he said he kind of wanted something that would actually pick up some dirt and start to look aged and sort of go a bit yellow. So that's a kind of nice thing. You kind of feel the binding here. It's different to the other one. And I haven't played this a lot. I haven't gigged this one. I've gigged the other one a lot. I haven't gigged the Gemini because it's too pretty. Let's see. I'll do that Cult song again. Just see what happens. I've got the tube screamer on. Let's just see how this one sounds in comparison. Quite fat. no idea. This is, just going to turn this up, volume down. It's very fat sounding, bit more vintage. Not sure I like the pickups in it, but as I said, they were different ones that previous owner Jamie Stormbringer chose. I have got the original Gordon Smith ones, or the new ones, so I will probably change those back into it, see what it's like. But it's lovely. It's well finished. The detailing is incredible. The feel of it, everything, you can't fault it. Again, you know, equivalent to a Les Paul Custom. Don't know what the second-hand value prices are for these. So I got a very good deal. I assume it's because he was an endorsee and probably didn't pay for it at all. So it was all extra to him. I hope that's allowed. So I don't know if I'll keep this or not. It's newer, and I think maybe I'm not feeling the soul in it quite so much as one of the old ones because it's newer, but I cannot deny it is exceptionally well made. I think it needs some new pickups and it needs a few miles on it. Maybe if I've gigged it a few times, take off that, it'll feel a bit more like mine rather than Jamie's. But it's interesting, it's got a history. This is made in 2017. I can tell because they start the serial numbers with the year now, and it starts with 17. It's lovely, absolutely lovely. But if someone offered me a lot of money for it, I'd take it. Maybe find some of the other John Smith ones. I think that's purely because I just like older guitars. I like them well played in, even if it's not me. Actually, another nice thing, I don't know if you can see it. It's a really nice kind of truss rod adjustment wheel there, which is a lot easier. It's a nice piece of design. This is, I always said I always wanted a Les Paul until I actually got a Gibson Les Paul, and I was very disappointed with it, and it broke, the headstock broke, and I mended it but sold it on, and got Gordon Smith and always stuck with them. If my band ever took off and went on tour, I would take this one with me. I said Jamie's, I think he said he's played 50 or so gigs with it, professional. It is an absolutely solid professional guitar. I like the John Smith one a bit more. The Gordon and John one is beautiful, like a beautiful antique. The John Smith one's just got the soul and played in. It's got the miles on it. This is fantastic. Beautiful detailing. I can see what they were doing. We're trying to make a Randy Rhoads style guitar, and they've absolutely achieved it. But yeah, I would change the pickups for slightly bitier ones. I think if that makes any sense. I like bite at one end and fatness at the other. This is almost a bit too balanced, a bit too vintage in sound, but that's just what you do. You change pickups. Apologise for my crappy playing. So I'm kind of sitting and perched up here. So I haven't got the best, and I'm not the greatest guitar player in the world. I'm just hammer out power chords. That's my thing. But that's what a lot of the classic punk players that play Gordon Smiths, like Pete Shelley, Ray, rest in peace, he played one all the time. Nicky Garrett, UK Subs, played one. He played lots. He had hundreds of them, and they were wonderful. Aaron Bartlett of Real Big Fish. One of my other ones actually was very close on the production line to his, probably even the same bits of wood. He said that's the best sounding guitar he's ever had. They're great. If while they're still on the market before they get bought up, just buy some of the middle years ones. If you see one of the old ones, the old era ones, they're wonderful. Buy it and hang on your wall and take it out for special occasions, or just gig the hell out of it. I don't know whether I'm going to gig that or not, but and if you're in the market for a new guitar, it's great. It's fantastic, and you can get one custom spec'd up for a decent price still, and it's a proper thing. If you're like me, you like old guitars, and you can still find one of the old ones, get one. But any of them are fantastic. They're the best guitars in the world, and I'm saying that when I've been through quite a lot of guitars. I had Fenders, Gibsons, BC Riches, which I still love. ESPs. ESPs are good if you need a metal guitar. But if you just want something for punk rock, or just to go on stage with and hammer out your power chords, then these are the best things going. And it's good to see that the quality and workmanship is better than ever now. I think they just need to get a few miles on them. That's all. Okay. Thank you, and I'll not say anything naff like Chappers and the Crapton or whatever he's called, and sign off or shit like that. So I'll just say goodbye, and I hope this has been informative and my playing hasn't been too terrible. Cheers.